Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot. And hopefully there's not too much air conditioning noise in the background. I cannot turn it off. We are in the middle of, I think it is a technical heat wave right now. We've gotten heat advisories every day for the last like 3 or 4 days. I think we might even be in a drought. I'm not sure. There's no rain in our near future. So, that's exciting. Anyhow, this week of decks were really a lot of fun. So I'm excited to talk about them, and I'm also, of course, excited about my ones for next week. But before that, I thought it would be fun to start off with if I have a shop update to show you what's there. Let me know if you enjoy this. So my older sister visited this weekend with her fiance, and she dyes her own yarn. Her brand is Color Wheel Yarns. I think you can find her on Etsy. I will link that down below. I think she was on vacation mode for a bit, but it's back. And she's also on Instagram, so I will put links to that below. But I had a bunch of raw uncolored yarn shipped to her so that she could hand dye it for me to make some bags, and so I got that this weekend. And they came out really cool. So excited. This is not obviously all of the colors. I will kind of space them out not to overwhelm. So we'll start out, we'll save those for last. So this is also hand-dyed yarn, but this is from the shop I usually like to order from. It's this kind of, almost like a deep rainbow. It's got all these deeper colors speckled throughout. And I put these little flower charms on. The color is called Wildflowers, so it just made me think of that, to put flowers. Then we also have, the next two are not hand-dyed yarn, but this is one of my favorite color combinations that I've made. I've made quite a few bags these colors. It pairs super well with any kind of like foresty nature deck. I've not actually made one of these for myself. I feel like I should. I'm kind of considering that now because I've seen some pairings of this color combination that I love, and with decks that I have. Anyway, so it's this kind of light peach and what would you say that is? Like foresty, kind of khaki green almost. And for this I have little, ooh, are we gonna focus? Pine cone charms, which I love. They're so cute. I had acorns and then I also got pine cones. So this one has some pine cones on it, which I think is cute. And then we have this teal and speckled brown cream bag with, these are some, I think these are just beetles, some sort of beetle. I don't think these are bees, I think these are beetles, which I think is so much fun. I love beetles. So, that's that. Now, onto the yarn my sister dyed. This yarn is called Blue Hawaiian. It was from a series of colors she did based off of fun summer drinks. So this is the Blue Hawaiian. And I just think, oh, it's one of my favorites. I got two of the balls of yarn done in this color because I just think it's so pretty. It's just got these blue beads on here. And it's made with that really thick, bulky yarn. I love it. It came out so good. And then this is called Wave Ring. It's this really cool, bright green and teal and blue. I don't know, there's so much mixed in here that's really nice. It's so different from any of the other colors I've had. I've never had a bright green like this. And on it, I had these little rhinestone charms that matched the lighter blue, so we put those on. Really excited about that. But yes, those are all the bags that went up in my shop this week. So if you're interested in any, the link is always down below. You could check them out there. Now onto the decks. So let's begin with, I think we're going to start with the oracles actually. So the first oracle I used this week is the Celtic Spirit Oracle, which this was a new one. And I am so excited about this one. First of all, It's got this matte green edging that I think is so much fun. And it's lasted really well. I've been riffle shuffling this and it hasn't chipped, so. I love kind of the sparseness of these pictures, yet there's so much detail. I just like all the kind of white space, but it's on this like parchment kind of color. And I really like how many keywords we get. You get, I think, pretty much 3 per card, which is really nice. This is my favorite. I did get this, I think I got this once this week. So funny. I just love the picture of that one. But yes, this deck is really aligned with the direction my spiritual practice is going. So I was really excited to try this one out. I've only heard good things and I only have good things to add. So yes, this one worked out really well for me. And I think it's going to become a really fast favorite. It will be out again soon. Oh, I love this one too. I got him a bunch this week. The card that was following me though, did we already pass it? It was the owl. And I do not know how to say the name, so I am not going to try. At this current moment, I already must have passed. Oh yeah, here it is. This card came up so many times this week. It's really interesting. But yeah, I loved using this oracle. It's a really good one if you're interested in any sort of like Celtic, druidic practices. It's definitely, or even if not, it was just a really great general oracle as well. This is put out by Rockpool. I will put a list. Usually for these videos, I put a list of the decks I'm using in the upcoming week. But if you would like to see, sorry, I got distracted. Oh my goodness. There's a random pile of dirt. I wanted to make sure that's what it was. Anyways. I usually list the decks I'm using in the upcoming week. But if it would be helpful to see just every deck I'm talking about in the video, like a list of them, let me know and I can list like what I go over from the past week as well. Anyways, the other oracle we used was the Folk Tales oracle, and as expected, this one did not disappoint. It's gorgeous. It really is. And the keywords, or sorry, no, some of these are just kind of titles, but I would say they're more keywords, but so spot on. And this paired so well with the tarots that I picked this week. This one, another one that I just feel like it's gonna be out very often. They're beautiful cards. I feel like these would even be nice to use as a like a weekly message even to kind of keep out. They're just so beautiful, aren't they? But I loved using this for my daily polls, so this one is going to be kept out, I think, as a favorite as well. I love this one. Oh, I could just go through this whole thing again, but I won't. I really don't feel like I have anything else to say besides it was just awesome. The guidebook is great. It's a really good one. I feel like I've been getting, over the past like 6 months, I feel like I've been getting in quite a few decks that lean into this sort of very nature-based practice, which makes sense because that is kind of the practice I am building, I suppose, is the right terminology. And a lot of them, though, are very kind of, like, painterly is not the right word. It feels like you've got these little pieces of art. I guess that's what I'll say. So there's this one, and then like the Old Ways Magic Oracle, the Wisdom of the Kaliak. I know I'm not saying that right. And then there's one more. No, maybe that's it. But they all have the same kind of feel. They offer very different things, but don't you think they fit into a certain category together? I don't know what that is, but it makes sense to me. Anyway, I really loved this one. So, onto the tarot. I also continue to use my Feel Your Chakras Oracle this week, and the Feel Your Chakras Tarot Challenge has officially begun on oh my gosh, I was gonna say on tarot, on Instagram. So definitely check out Andy's Instagram. It's Metaphysics Made Easy, and on there every morning she posts a reel showing her pulling the cards and making the spread of the day on the spot, which is just so much fun. But like, I can't believe she's doing it that way. Like, it just takes spread making genius to do that, to not like have to think about it for just days. Anyway, and then she'll post a picture of the spread, and they've just been so good and so much fun to add into my day. So I've been using that oracle a lot as well. Anyways, onto the tarot. So we'll start out with the Forhaxa Tarot, which I feel like I just fell in love with as soon as I got it. Oh, I edged this one. Did I show that? I did, because I had to finish it real quick before last week. But I still like it. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of fairy decks with this edging. I have Tarot of the Secret Forest now as well, which I also love. And I edged it in the same color. Anyway, besides the point, I really enjoyed using this deck. It did not come out as much as the other one though. And I think I realized that's purely because I think this one is going to be a real fall winter fairy deck to me. It has darker colors. I think that's truly all it is. But it feels very fall winter to me. So I'm really excited to use this in those times to connect with the fae and fairies, because I think that's really when it's going to shine for me. Because otherwise, with my fairy practice, I find myself now wanting to lean more towards the very green, bright decks, like, what have I been using? Oh, like the Victorian Fairy Tarot. I don't use that so much for my fairy practice, but like the Tarot of the Secret Forest or the Stolen Child. I've been using those kinds of decks more now, where I feel like this is really gonna have its time to shine in the darker half of the year, which I'm very excited for. But it still was great for my daily readings. They worked wonderfully. I mean, it's such a great deck. I love how MJ Clonane writes in the guidebook. I love this artwork. It feels really connected to how I kind of feel like fairies would look and behave. Yeah, I really love this deck, and I'm very excited about it. I think it's gonna possibly, though, fit more into my fairy practice than like a daily pull kind of deck, which is exciting. So that is the Forhaxa Tarot. And then last but not least, the second tarot we use, I'm very happy about. That is the Greenwich Tarot, which I still have not finished the bag. I know. It's almost like now I've gotten used to just like being able to slide the cards in though, without the tie. I mean, it leaves the tops just completely open to the elements inside my house. I don't know. Someday I'll make a tie. But this just felt like the real winner this week. This feels like a deck made for my witchy practice and how I see myself in that realm. Like where I think I kind of fit into that, if that makes sense. But I really loved working with this deck. The guidebook is amazing. I just have no complaints. This one will be out again soon. I was really tempted to pull it out again this week, but we are not going to. The backs also. I mean, come on. Are these not just the best to look at? They're so good. So yeah. I'm interested to try using this one for some magical work. I've not done that in such a long time, but I think this could be the one to use. So, that is the Greenwich Tarot. Now, let's move on to the decks for next week. Okay, let's start out with the Oracle again, just because that's the mode we're in. So, one of the oracles is what I had you all vote on this week, and let me know if you're enjoying that. It's really helpful to me, because I like to know what you all want to see, but let me know if that's fun for you. I don't have to do a poll every single week if that's, you know, becoming a lot, but just let me know. Anyway, so what you all voted to use, or for me to use, is the Memento Mori Oracle, which I love, and I had this out a few weeks ago to use as a daily poll oracle, and I really had such a good time using it that way. I think for some reason I convinced myself it was a very like special use kind of deck, which I do think it is still. I do have very particular ways I like to use it, but I really loved using it just as like a daily reading as well. So I'm excited to have this one back out. I'm sure you've all seen this one a million times. The deck has become very large with expansions and such, but I love it. I have the like the general deck, and then the two, oh no, there's more than one expansion pack, but the two like general ones, the folklore and the general expansion pack. I don't have the others, which I don't think I could possibly add more cards to this deck. But anyway, I'm really excited to have that one out. And then we've got another, not repeat, but it was out not too long ago. For the second oracle, we have Woodland Wardens again this week, but new and improved to me. Anyway, Woodland Wardens, because I trimmed this one immediately after using it the last week I did, and I love how it came out. And I really wanted to have put this one into the week again sometime soon, just because I think it's going to read so much different for some reason, or just, not that it's going to read differently, I think I am going to enjoy using it more and want to use it more? What? Why did that sentence sound weird? It was right. It's a correct sentence, but it sounded weird. I think I'm going to, I'm losing my words. Last time I used it, the other oracle deck for sure got used more, and I think it was because visually this one wasn't working for me with the white borders, but now I feel like it's really gonna shine, just with how I've trimmed it. It's such a good deck. I love this one. So, we have out Woodland Wardens yet again. Now on to our tarots. Actually, hold my horses. Someone hold my horses for me. We're going to count this in the oracle section. I don't know if this is going to go into my daily readings. It could. But I got last week the Nocturnal Garden Lenormand, which I'm really fascinated by Lenormand. And up until now, I've had one Lenormand deck. I guess if you want to count Memento Mori, you can break into a Lenormand deck, but I just don't see myself ever doing that, so I don't count it. Anyway, the Pixies Astounding Lenormand was my only Lenormand deck until now, and I just was not motivated to learn. This is gonna sound silly. I'm really interested in it, but I think that deck became almost boring to me. I really like it. It's not going anywhere. I love that Lenormand deck, but I think because there was just no variety and that was my only choice, it got boring. Like, I didn't want to use it kind of thing, where this is exciting and just really my style, and I'm just excited about it. So, I might incorporate some Lenormand this week. If not my daily readings, I will certainly be spending time, you know, just really learning how to do readings with this kind of deck, and how I might want to incorporate it with maybe other tarot or oracle. I don't know. But I love these images. I just think it's so much fun. Look at this rider card. Are you kidding? So good. So yes, I love this one. I'm really excited about it. You know what it is? I feel like, you know, learning a new system, it's just like when I was learning tarot for the first time. I was never going to put the effort into learning it if I didn't have a deck that I was excited about. And I think that's what it was, is as good as Pixie's Astounding Lenormand is, it's a fantastic deck to learn off of because the little book it comes with is excellent. And the images are very classic and easy to tell what they are. It doesn't, I'm not excited about it. I like it, I'm gonna keep it around, but I'm not excited about it, where this one, I am. So, that's so exciting. I have to show the woman and the man card because I think a lot of times, like, I just didn't like those cards in a lot of decks. So I've never been tempted, I guess, or I've never desired to get another Lenormand deck because usually it's like those two cards I just don't like, and I'm like, well, I'll just use the Pixies one. But this one I saw on Instagram, I was like, hold on, this makes me want to read Lenormand now. Sounds so silly, but I hope you know what I mean. Where's the woman card? There it is. Okay. Look at these. How cute are they? I love these. So as soon as I saw this man and woman and loved them, I was like, okay, we're gonna give this one a shot because it's the first time I've really liked a man and woman card in a Lenormand deck. So that is the Nocturnal Garden Lenormand. This is by Faina Laura. She makes a few other Lenormand decks, I think. She sells on Etsy. She's very talented. I love her artwork. So that one, I don't know if this is going to be in any sort of daily readings, but I will be spending time with this week, and probably for the next many weeks as I learn. But I just wanted to point that one out. So on to the tarot. First, we have our Oak, Ash and Thorn. And now, I love this bag. I do like the bag that I have it in, but I'm kind of tempted. I've seen people get this bag that I make, this coloring anyway, and put their Oak, Ash and Thorn in it. Now I kind of want to do that too. Not with this one. This one will stay in the shop, but I can make another. I don't know. We'll see. It's also like I've kept it in this bag for so long, though I feel like that would be weird to change it. Not that you can't change bags, but I mean, for me in my own brain, I keep decks in the same bag, and then I've got a thing where, like, I can't, like, if I make a bag for a certain deck, I can't just go and put another one in it. It's silly, but that's how it works. So anyways, Oak, Ash and Thorn. This one is a favorite. This one is like a top 10 deck kind of situation, but I haven't pulled it out in a really long time. And I did this week for the first chakra we're going through in the Feel Your Chakras Tarot Challenge. So this was for my deck for the root chakra. And I just remembered how much I love reading with this deck, and I've not wanted to put it down. So we're going to add it into our weekly deck since we're done with the root chakra, so I don't have that reason to use it anymore. It's going to go in as a weekly deck because I really just haven't been wanting to use many other decks besides this one this past like week and a half, I feel like. So this one's coming out to play because I just love it. It's beautiful. I feel like, again, we've all probably seen it already, so I won't dwell on it too long. But it's an amazing deck. So very excited to have this one as a weekly one. And last but not least, yet again, we are bringing out our new Carte Postale Tarot, which I so amazingly won in the giveaway they did. And I'm so happy about it. It's so beautiful. The cardstock is amazing, first of all. I will try to remember to link down below, but Sandy at Exploring Tarot did an amazing walkthrough of it. I just watched it because I knew I was getting it too. She's actually why I won the deck, because she tagged me as a friend in it. That's how it worked. So she got her copy first and did an amazing walkthrough that I just watched. I didn't want to get spoiled. I wanted to be surprised by the cards. since I won it through a giveaway, I hadn't seen many of the cards. Didn't really have any idea what it was going to look like. And I feel like they didn't, you know, post a ton of the images. I guess I could show it to you. My point was, she did a really great walkthrough, if you're interested in seeing that. But already, I've just kind of been playing around with this deck, and it reads so amazingly well, and it's just a beautiful, really well done deck that I'm very excited about. So it had to come out this week because I got it in early last week and just already knew. I was like, yeah, okay, this one's getting added in. For sure, I need to spend some time with this deck. And I think it's gonna look really cool with Memento Mori and the Woodland Wardens. I kind of tested it out yesterday and they paired really well, at least aesthetically, so I'm interested to see, reading-wise, how they pair. But is this not just the most beautiful thing? Oh my gosh. I'm thinking of doing soon another This or That VR to Lisa Papez with all of my kind of vintage feeling tarot decks. Not necessarily in the sense of like that I'm looking to rehome any or remove any from my collection because like, oh, I've got too many vintagey feeling decks. I just think it would be interesting to see them all side by side because this has become I just really love this one so far. And I have a few other vintagey feeling decks that I also love. I would just be interested to see if any of them feel like very similar. So, anyway, that is the last deck I have to share today. So, other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful beginning to your week.